Hello. In this video, we will see what the first required robot for the UiPath developer license does. This process is called the client security hash. Please note that you must always use the same Acme data for all three robots to pass the developer certification. This means that if you have used this test data from this website, if you've run a debug on your robots, whether it be the client security hash, dispatcher, or performer, then you will need to reset the user test data and then rerun all three robots, and then you will have to submit your dispatcher and performer robots in order to pass the certification. And then I just wanted to point out that this video will not be going over how to create the robots. These are completed robots in this video. I will just be showing you what the robots will be doing so you know how to program, what to expect when you are developing these robots. I have already set up my orchestrator, and for the client security hash, I have uploaded the proper credentials for the robot to pick up in the orchestrator as an asset. So before I run my robot, I will just hover over user options and I will click on reset test data. So we'll go ahead and reset the test data. And now I'm all ready to run my client security hash robot. Just a side note here that might be very helpful. Running debug is very helpful for testing purposes. It'll show you any error reports that will come through when you are programming your robots. However, in larger robots, especially performer, maybe a little bit of dispatcher, the debug can run for a very long time. So you may not want to run a full debug. You can run a debug and then stop it and then correct the errors. For these video purposes, we will click on run, and it will run a whole lot faster than a debug. So the robot is now reading the code, and it will open up Chrome. I've done my projects in Chrome for our company, and now it has logged into Acme, and as we can see up top, up here, we can see that the robot is reading each page. It's doing a data scrape right now for the WI5 type work items, so that will just basically do a data scrape for those specific items. It's going to put those items into a data table, and then it's going to close out of Chrome, reopen Chrome into Acme Test, and then SHA-1. It's going to use the WI5 type work item data to be entered into SHA-1 so that SHA-1 can generate a unique hash code. Once the unique hash code is created, we can see it in green, it's going to copy and paste that code into each that specific WI5 work item. So each WI5 work item has its own unique hash code. The robot is updating each work item, and then it will mark it complete. And this can take a couple minutes. How long this takes depends on how much data your test file, your test data has. So some test data have a lot more WI5 items. Some test datas have fewer WI5 work items. And as we can see here, this is something that is very simple, very easy for a human to do. It would be time consuming, but this robot could be run in the background to help someone when they are already busy doing other work. This is a good example of just showing you, yes, humans can do this, but why not have a robot do it? Why not automate this process? And as you can see, we have logged out. The robot is complete. It's no longer running. When we check our output file on our output tab here, we can scroll the way up. We can see all the processes that were ran, and we can see the individual transaction numbers and the WI5 data that was processed. We can see here that the robot took 3 minutes and 8 seconds to run, and that is the client security hash robot. Please join me in the next video to see what the dispatcher robot will be looking at and working on. Thank you.